My name is Henry Gerlitz, and we have another AI workflow video for you today. This is called AI Teacher Workflow Writing Emails. So this is the big promise, right? The ChatGPT functions as a personal assistant. That's the dream. When I first started getting excited about ChatGPT back in late 2022, early 2023, that school year, that's what people were saying. Like, teachers would get this personal assistant. So for generating emails, I really think you do get that. But you got to keep in mind, this assistant doesn't do a great job. It's not as intelligent, of course, as a human. Doesn't know the context, doesn't have an emotional connection to the students. So you got to keep that in mind. So the second opportunity here that you'll get is it can help you maintain that in the zone workflow feeling. So this is kind of the biggest thing I want to talk to you guys about today. We're going to get into that in just a second. ChatGPT is great for calibrating an email tone, but of course you do need to keep in mind these things. So the privacy of students needs to be maintained. So do not put student names, parent names, private information into ChatGPT. It's just good practice. But I want to dig into this one right here, helping to maintain that in the zone workflow. So let me just give you an example of this is not real. I just kind of made it up, but taking from my years of experience as a teacher, thinking about what are some things that I might need to do after school. I tried to put things kind of in chronological order. Okay, so talking about this in the zone workflow. So at least for me, I'm going on my experience, but I think it might be similar with you. Who knows that. There are certain things, like all of these things are very different. So, transitioning from this one to this one to this one, it's going to take a little bit of, my brain is going to, okay, now I'm calling a parent. Now I'm cutting this out. Now I got to log on to this, LMS and set this up. So each of those things, I'm kind of switching gears, right? But this one, even though every student's essay is different, they might be writing about slightly different things. They're writing on the same book. And there's one rubric that I'm using to grade each paper. So, I finish one paper, grabbing the next paper. I'm not really switching gears, right? But down here, I am, because this one is, just kind of a informational email. This one might be a little tough to write because it's about a discipline issue, and this one might be also a little tough because you're coordinating with another teacher. What I found is that this, in terms of trying to get AI to help me with my workflow outside of lessons, outside of class time, this is where I would lose a lot of time, right? So transitioning between these emails, this is the time where my brain would just be like, oh man, okay, it's already been a long day. Now I have to switch gears to a different thing. It might be difficult for me to get started on these. And this is where I would procrastinate. I'd pull out my phone. I would find myself losing time, losing steam. Whereas if I could get in the zone for something like this, I could get a lot done. So this is what I'd like to explore here today. So let's open up ChatGPT. And here we go. I started here. So it says, I'm wondering if you can help me compose some emails today. So I haven't done it yet. I wanted to try doing it kind of live with you here. So ChatGPT is ready. Absolutely. I can help you. Please write an email to the parents and guardians of my students in period 6 English class. As we know, they've been reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and they have set reading expectations for each week. By Monday, they are supposed to have read up until chapter 11. So I'd like you to write this email, but I want you to help me with the tone. The students have not really been living up to the reading expectations. And I can tell that many students don't actually read. However, The discussions in class have been getting better. So I'd like this email to be positive and to have a growth mindset vibe. But don't actually say that. Don't actually use that term. Okay, so I want it to be a little casual. I don't want to, kind of put self-improvement talk into my email, but I want that flavor to be there. I'd like to encourage them, but also be clear that parental support toward reading more in depth would be helpful. Please generate this in 2 paragraphs. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with, and then we can try copy and paste this over into another document, and we can see how we might clean it up. Okay, so I hope this message finds you well. I want to keep please let's put all this over into our document so we can edit it directly. Here we go. Yeah, I don't like that title, so I want to say there's a reading assignment due Monday. Okay, so I'm already, this is a completely different skill at this point. So instead of generating this email, maybe, again, I'm tired, I don't want to make something new myself, but maybe I'm kind of more in the mood to edit something. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, I hope this message finds you well. Maybe that's a little too formal. I would say something like, "Happy Friday, everyone." There we go. I want to take a moment to share how pleased I am with you. Okay, perfect. That's what I want to see. I want to lead with some positivity. Actively, the insights are becoming increasingly thoughtful, which is wonderful to see. Okay, I'm not going to call out any individual students because this is a big parent email. So that seems okay, but let's put in something specific, particularly in regard to the historical context, which is wonderful to see and fun to explore. Okay, so this is the schedule. They are expected to read up into chapter 11. Still working toward this goal, I believe. Okay, this is a little too much. Okay, I think that's a little too wordy. And doesn't really say what I want to say. I want it to be, I want it to have a little more teeth to it. So maybe I'll put that in there. Encouraging your student to delve deeper. Yeah, okay, I think I want to be a little more direct here. Let's see, to delve deeper into the chapters and supporting regular reading at home will be instrumental, helping them improve and gain a richer understanding of the text. On the other hand, if students are not able to read the book, they are missing a lot and might not be able to not be able to do their best in future evaluations or assessments might be better. Reading is important. Reading is always important. Okay, so that I've got a little bit more of a direct, I'm sort of calling out not any particular students, but if students are not doing that, so hopefully the parents will know if their child is doing it or not. Yeah, this is a little too much. Okay, your involvement plays a vital role, fostering love. Okay, that's good. Thank you for your, okay, I like that too. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or suggestions. I look forward to seeing you continue both and all your students. Okay, that's fine. So again, for me to write on my own, again, at the end of a long day and I'm just not in the mood and my brain is not switching gears, this might have taken me a lot longer to do, but I was able to get, like I said, you get the tone, which maybe I should have been a little more specific in my prompting for the tone. It was good, but it was almost like too polite and too vague, I guess. But in general, the tone was good and the structure was very good. I really appreciate the structure of ChatGPT when it generates all this stuff. But I was able to put my own information, flavor, and things in there. Henry Gurlitz, 9th grade English, and then I would put my email down there. Okay, so then I would be able to copy paste this into my email email client. I hope that you guys learned something from this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, lets me know that people are interested. And please, I would love to hear the ideas or the questions that you have, especially related to AI and education. That's a bit of my focus right now, this AI teacher workflow idea. But really anything, I would love to hear your comments. So thank you and see you next time.